Hey gamers, welcome back to the Daily Dose. My name is XONEVANT, and I did want to talk about this topic today. It's a topic that could potentially affect all of us on YouTube. Those who create the content, and then those obviously who watch the content. So that's kind of why I wanted to cover it. I don't think it's as dire as people are making it out to be. I think a lot of people are just taking this thing way to the extreme. So I'm going to try to put my 2 cents in here. And like I said, at this point, nobody really knows yet because they haven't rolled out this program. So let me go ahead and first just kind of talk about the program. Then I'll talk about what I think the details are going to be. But again, everything is speculation at this point because the program doesn't roll out until sometime at the first of next year. So if you create content on YouTube, you're probably well aware of the monetization process where you monetize your videos and then obviously an ad plays at the beginning of the video. And typically, at least for the last, I would say the last year or so, at least for my channel, they monetize immediately. Like as soon as I get on there, as soon as I upload the video, and as soon as I make it public, there's also a tag that says monetization. Once I make sure all the, the little check marks are checked and I click public and it goes up, even that first view, that I normally put on my own video because I watch it to make sure it's, running fine and everything, it has an ad on it. So it works immediately. But I remember when I started YouTube, way back in the day, it wasn't that way. What would actually happen is it could take two to 3 days sometimes before they would actually get monetized. Now, I personally used to think that was because I was not with the gaming network. I didn't become a part of a gaming network until like around my 450th video, somewhere around in there. And then that's also about the time where they started just monetizing my videos immediately. So I'm not sure if it was because I joined a network or if it was just kind of the perfect timing, I guess. But regardless, there used to be a time when your videos did not get monetized right out the gate, at least for my channel. Like I said, I wasn't with the network, so that may have been the reason why. Now, what this new program is supposedly going to do, according to the paperwork that I got, and everybody's reading their own paperwork, and it seems like the paperwork is not even matching up sometimes. I'm just going to tell you what's in my paperwork right here. I'm looking at it right now, and then we can just go from there. So sometime in the first quarter of next year, what's going to happen is if you're a content creator for YouTube and you upload a video, randomly, it's basically going to not monetize your video right away like it's been doing. There's going to be like a hold where they're going to quote unquote review your video. Nobody really knows how they're going to review your video. Like, we don't know if like somebody's going to be sitting there watching it or if it's going to be a part of some algorithm. But regardless, it's going to be put on a hold. And my paperwork is saying 2 to 48 hours. I've heard other people say 5 days. Their paperwork is saying 5 days. So I'm not really too keen on the actual timeline here, but my paperwork says basically 2 days, up to 2 days. And all that means is that you're not going to be able to monetize your videos for those first 2 days. And what they're going to be doing during this like review process is basically checking for copyrighted stuff, soundtracks. Some of the examples they put in this little paragraph that I'm reading on my paperwork is movies, trailers, and soundtracks. That's kind of what they're, and music. That's kind of what that I'm looking at right now. I don't actually see video game footage in there at all, but obviously that could also be lumped in with some of those categories. Now, what I want to point out here is the wording. The wording does not say every video that you upload. It says some videos that you upload. You see what I mean? So, I mean, if I upload 100 videos in a month, I may get 1 or 2. You know what I mean? That may be how they define some. So it's not going to be every single video you upload. You're going to have to wait, 2 hours to 48 hours for it to, be able to be monetized. Remember, monetization and having your video public is 2 different things. You see what I mean? As far as I know and what I'm reading, you can make your video public immediately. You just can't monetize it immediately. Now, the reason why this could affect YouTube in kind of a dramatic fashion is because everything kind of starts with the content creators. If you're on YouTube and you're making videos, this whole show starts with your video, right? There's nobody watching on YouTube if there's no videos to watch. You see what I mean? So everything starts with the content creators. And this could affect a lot of YouTubers because a lot of YouTubers upload on specific days. Like they might only upload a video like once every Thursday or once every Friday or something like that. So if they upload their video on a Friday, right, and maybe they've put a lot of work into it and they're expecting it to, you know, be a smash hit, and then all of a sudden it's got them on that little review period, and let's say that review period lasts for like 2 days, well, then they're kind of going to be in that situation where they owe it to their subscribers to put it out on the date that they said they were going to put it out. But if they put it out then, it's not going to make any money for them, which obviously if that's how they support themselves, then they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot, right? They're able to get the video up, but they're not able to draw any income off of it. And if that happens over and over and over and over and over again, then they can't pay their bills. Does that make sense? And that's kind of a heightened situation there, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like it could be very frustrating for somebody who uses YouTube as their only source of income. Now, they also mentioned in the paperwork that I got in an email, they also mentioned that there's going to be a trust algorithm. I've heard that in other videos too, where basically, like, let's say you have a channel that, you know, for the most part puts up good content, no copyrighted stuff, you never have any real issues with YouTube, then over time your channel will be less likely to receive this review process because of your history. You see what I mean? Now, I think a lot of people are saying that it's the end of gaming on YouTube. Like, you can't have a gaming channel anymore. You can't do Let's Plays. You can't do all this stuff. And granted, that might be true. Like I said, we don't know yet until this stuff goes down. I don't see them massively going around striking channels for having gaming content on them. And like I said, if they do, they got to be ready to go to war, man, because there's going to be a lot of people upset. You know what I mean? So I'm not too worried about it myself. I don't use YouTube as my only source of income. YouTube does not pay any of my bills. I have a job that pays my bills. This is my hobby. Now, granted, I do make money from YouTube with my ads, but that just goes right back into the channel. I buy games and I buy mics and I buy, you know, last year I upgraded my computer a bit so I could render stuff out faster. So the only person who really benefits, or people who benefits from the money that I make from YouTube, is the subscribers, because you get better product, you get better experience. You know, that's kind of how it works, at least for me. I don't think YouTube will ever be my only source of income. You see what I mean? Because I was taught when I was a kid, diversify your portfolio. You know what I mean? You want income coming in from multiple different places, which is kind of what I have, because, you know, you could have a bad day over here and then have a better day over here. You know, I think a lot of YouTubers who've put themselves in this position where this is their only source of income, this stuff can be scary. But I like I said, I just don't think it's going anywhere. I mean, these consoles, and especially with the publishers, I mean, we saw this with Assassin's Creed. You could give feedback on the different sequences, like the different memories that you played. So the games themselves are trying to be socially interactive with us, and all we're trying to do is be socially interactive back. And the way we do that is through YouTube and posting videos. So for them to take that away, you know what I mean? It's almost like they're stealing the culture of this generation. You see what I mean? They're just taking part of that culture out. And I just don't think anybody's ready for that yet. You know, to me, it's not a scary email at all. They're just saying, look, we just want to crack down on some of the nonsense going on YouTube, because there is a lot of people just uploading full movies. You know, they're just ripping DVDs and trying to put an ad on it and stuff like that. I really think that's the people that they're going after. People uploading soundtracks, trying to make money. You know, uploading celebrity, you know, music videos and stuff like that, putting ads on the front of them. I really honestly think that that's the people that they're going for. At least that's kind of what I'm reading on my email, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? We're just going to have to wait and see how it goes down at the beginning of next year, you know, but we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it, guys. But that's my 2 cents. Hopefully you have enjoyed today's show. See you guys tomorrow. You guys be good.